This is Kevin Pearson with HS Game Time. I am with Jason Thornburg, the second-year head coach from him at West Valley, the sixth head coach in school history. Coach, I guess just kind of talk about how you think your team's doing so far today.
Well, we're 2-1, and the one loss was to Great Oak. We went for two, lost 13-12 at the end, no reason to go for a tie in summer. So I saw a couple good things. That we played with emotion against Temesco Canyon, and in the last game, I felt like that we pretty much dominated and things clicked, and so we're kind of doing some good things, but now it counts in the tournament, so now we're ready to roll.
Talk about this upcoming season. Obviously, you guys are a team that, has a chance to make an impact down in the valley. You've got some good young players out there.
Sure.
How do you think the season's going to fare for you?
Well, I'm expecting great things. We've got some great returning players, two returning All-League linebackers, two returning All-League receivers. We just got to make sure, we get the ball in their hands, and defensively, I think this could be one of the best teams we have. But that being said, I think the Mountain Pass League is going to be every Friday night. You got to come. I think we're going to have rivals with Tockwitz and Hemet and San Jacinto in that valley, and so it's not like you're just playing Hemet for your final game. Now you've got three big ones right there. You got to come to play.
Who in that league do you really think is going to be the team that you guys have to focus on and take on to dethrone them and take that league title?
I think it's got to be Citrus, just because people say they've lost guys, but look at their record. They believe they're good, and I think that's half the battle. They believe they're going to win, and so until they're knocked off, they're the league champs, and that's the team that we're gunning for.
And talk about that linebacking group that you mentioned. Yeah. Give me some names and just what you expect from them this season.
Well, Damone Backus was a first-team All-League unanimous selection as a freshman for us. He's a 6'2", 210-pound linebacker, plays with great intensity, and we kind of revolve our defense around him. DeMarcus Cleveland is our strong side linebacker, and he's a returning second-team All-League linebacker, and those two are working pretty well together, and they're the anchor of that defense. But athletically, our defense our coverage is pretty good secondary, because we can lock up and do some man-to-man, and that's what we're trying to find out today, if we can run some man, and that's what you get from these kind of passing tournaments, if you can run man against athletes.
Backus is a freshman last year.
Yes.
This kid was nothing short of impressive. 110 tackles. Yeah. For a freshman to come in and do what he did, talk about how difficult that is, and also the top-end potential of this kid long-term.
Well, I've said it before, he reminds me of a Vontaze Burfict, and that's big shoes to fill. But the long-term is, if he keeps humble and he works hard and he's a good role model, I think he could really help change the chemistry of West Valley, and believing how good it is. And we're going to revolve and do everything around him. He was a dominant player as a freshman, and you would never guess. We had schools that we played and come in and say, now where's that number 9 going? And I said, he's a freshman. And so that's how impressive he is as a linebacker.
And of course, Burfict was the All-American linebacker from Corona Centennial, now at Arizona State. That's quite high praise to say a kid can be that level of player. Is he a guy that's driven to work hard and keep going and to be that type of guy?
He plays reckless, and I think it's sometimes hard to do, and he just plays with his heart and does everything he can, and I think as a freshman to see a kid do that and dominate like he did, only the limit, and he works hard, he gets good grades, and he's a great kid, great young man, so he's a perfect one to revolve your defense or even your whole system around.
Talk about offensively, what are you guys going to be running and who's going to be running it?
Well, I think we're going to be running the ball a little more this year. Even though we got two returning All-League receivers, I think we've got a core of 5 good receivers, but we also have 2 good running backs, and our O-line is going to be the best we've ever had that I've been there in 7 years. Okay. So we're going to try to balance the tackle. We'll still run some A11 stuff where we moved our tackles out wide and just mess with people and have a little fun. The kids love it, and it keeps practice a little fresh, and we don't change too much. But we're going to be a balanced attack. We're not going to have just one guy.
Who are those true receivers on the outside?
Shelton Roberts, returning All-League receiver. I think he had 44 catches, and then Charles Carlisle, he's another 6'2" receiver who's having a great day today. Just they're trying to lock him up and they can't stop him. So those two right there, and we've got a kid, Keith Welper, who's legit 4'5" on the laser, and he gives us that vertical threat. So
you're a team that's going to be able to throw the ball. You can run the ball if you need to. You guys have the potential to create some mismatches out there, don't you?
I think potentially this could be the best team we've ever had at West Valley. But that being said, I think the league is going to be a lot tougher, and we've got to come every night. You can't take things for granted.
What do you guys have to do to reach that potential and be the best team that West Valley's ever had?
Got to be disciplined. Right now we've got the good athletes, but right now we're not disciplined at doing our assignment, our job, responsible football. And I think that's my job, that's my responsibility, our coach's responsibility, to make sure that they're disciplined. I think if we put that discipline in them, we'll be fine.
What are you trying to learn from the passing league that you can carry over into the season?
One, if we can play man-to-man. Two, like I said, against Temesco County, I got to see us rally up and kind of battle. We just kind of been going through the motions in 7-on-7. You don't want to get anybody hurt, but I felt like they challenged us a little bit, and our kids rose up and did what they had to do to win. And it was nice to see that. Sometimes you want to see that. You'd like to see it in a tournament time and not in a pool play where you're kind of just getting there to get tournament. But that was nice to see. And then when we got to the last game, things just clicked. It was like something there. So there was two good things, and like I said, we had a chance against Great Oak and just didn't get that 2-point conversion. So.
But you have to be happy that you saw it click and you saw it develop, and that it's something you can carry over into the season.
Well, I think every coach takes something different from 7-on-7, whether it's defensive success or a receiver or a quarterback or something. I don't think anybody leaves here going, God, that was horrible. Even if you go in through, I think you can say, well, we're going to work on our coverages or work on our assignments or discipline or quarterback reads or whatever like that. So it's a good day because you're going to get 5 games.
It is.
So you're going to find something out about your team and find out some character and find out who really wants to compete.
That's what August is for, is to figure the rest of that out, too.
Right. Exactly.
All right, Jason Thornburg, coach at Hemet West Valley. Thanks for your time, Coach. Good luck.
Appreciate it.